What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be solving Leetcode problem number 2840. Check if strings can be made equal with operations, part 2. And if you haven't watched my video on part 1 of this problem, be sure to check it out because it covers a lot of similar concepts and it's a good primer to this problem. So I'll have it linked in the description. So in this problem, we're given two strings, S1 and S2. They both have the same length of n and consist of lowercase letters. And we want to see if we can modify one of the strings to make it equal to the other string. So what kind of modifications are we allowed to make? Well, we can pick any two indices, I and j, and if the difference between I and j is even, then we can swap the two characters at those indices in the string. And if after any number of swaps, we're able to make these two strings equal to each other, then we can return true, but otherwise we have to return false. So let's take a look at the following example where S1 is equal to ABC, DBA, and S2 is equal to CAB, DAB. Because the two strings are not already equal to each other, let's see if we can swap some of the characters in S1 to get it to equal to S2. So if we were to index all of the characters in each string with a 0 indexed array, they'd end up looking like this. So how do we determine what swaps we can make? Well, again, the problem tells us that for two indices, j and I, if j minus I results in an even number, then we're allowed to swap the characters in those two indices. And so in what scenarios would we end up with an even difference between j and I? Well, notice that if you take two indices that are both even, like 2 and 0, their difference is going to be equal to 2, which is an even number. And if you take two odd indices, like 1 and 3, their difference is also going to be an even number. But if you were to mix an even index and an odd index, like 4 and 1, their difference is going to be 3, which is odd. So this swap would not be allowed. So this tells us that characters at even indices can only swap with other even indices, and characters at odd indices can only swap with other odd indices. So what this means is that all characters in the even positions can be rearranged freely among each other, and all characters at the odd indices can be rearranged freely among each other. So now the problem becomes much simpler. Instead of simulating swaps, we just need to check, do all the characters at even indices in S1 match the characters at even indices in S2, and do all the characters at odd indices in S1 match the characters at odd indices in S2. So let's separate the characters for each string by even and odd indices. So for S1, in the even indices, we have A at 0, C at 2, and B at 4. And for the even indices at S2, we have C, B, and A. Then for the odd indices for S1, we have B, D, and A. And for S2, we have A, D, and B. So both the even and odd groups have the same characters appearing at the same frequency, which means we can rearrange the characters within these groups to make the two strings equal. So to get S1 equal to S2, we could start by swapping A with C so that we get C moved to the first index. Then we could swap B with A to get B at the second index and A at the fourth index. And finally, we can swap the characters at index 5 and index 1 so that we get A at the first index and B at the fifth index. And so now we can see that because both the even and odd groups match in frequency, we can rearrange within those groups to make the strings equal, so the answer we return is true. And remember, we don't actually need to perform these swaps. We just need to compare the frequency sets of the characters at the even indices and the characters at the odd indices. So what data structure could we use to store the frequency of characters at odd indices and even indices for both strings? Well, a hash map is the perfect data structure for this problem, because it stores data in key value pairs. And we can also read and write to it in constant time. We could have a hash map to store the frequency of characters that appear at the even indices, and we can have a separate hash map to store the frequency for characters that appear at the odd indices. So we could have a hash map even frequency, and within it, we'd have a key for every character with its value set to the frequency it appears in. And we would do this for all of the even indices. So we'd end up with 3 entries in this hash map A, C, and B, and each of them would have just a frequency of 1. Then we could create another hash map, odd frequency, where the keys are the characters that appear at the odd indices, and the values are the frequency at which they appear. And if we did the same for S2, we'd end up with two other hash maps, one for the even frequencies and one for the odd frequencies. Then we could just compare the even frequency hash maps and the odd frequency hash maps, and if they have the same frequencies, we could return true. But instead of maintaining 4 separate hash maps, we can combine the work into just 2 hash maps by tracking the difference between the two strings. So now we would have just 2 hash maps, even frequency and odd frequency. When we see a character in S1, we increment its count, and when we see a character in S2, we decrement its count. And we would do this separately for even and odd indices. So what ends up happening? Well, if both strings have the same frequency for a character, the increments and decrements will cancel out and we'll end up with a count of 0. But if there's any mismatch, that count will be non-zero. So after going through all the characters in both strings, we just have to check if all the values for each character in those hash maps are set to 0. And so for this example, because all of the values for each key are set to 0, we can return true. So now let's move over to Leetcode where we can code up a solution. Okay, so here we are in Leetcode, and I'm going to be coding up this solution in Python. So we can start by initializing 2 hash maps, even frequency and odd frequency. And we can iterate through both of the strings at the same time. So I'll create a for loop, I in range length of S1, and we can get the length from either S1 or S2 because the problem description tells us that they are going to have the same length. Then we have to determine whether we want to add to our even frequency hash map or our odd frequency hash map. So we can create a variable frequency that points to either the even frequency or odd frequency depending on the index. So we can set it to even frequency if I mod 2 is equal to 0. Because if we can divide the integer I by 2 and get no remainder, that means we know it's an even number. Otherwise, we know that it's an odd index, so we can point to the odd frequency hash map. Then we can get the character at this index for both S1 and S2. So we can set S1 char equal to S1 at position I, and S2 char equal to S2 at position I. Now remember, we want to increment the frequency for characters in S1 and decrement the frequency for characters in S2. But in order to increment or decrement the frequency at that character, we first need to get its current frequency. So to do that, we can write frequency.get S1 character, and this will return the frequency for that character. But if we don't currently have the key for that character in our hash map, we want to have a way to fall back. And the get function for hash maps supports a fallback value as its second parameter, which we can set to 0. So we can set a new variable S1 character frequency to this value, and because the character is coming from S1, we'll increment it by 1. Then we can do the same for S2, where we set S2 character frequency to the initial frequency at that character. And if we don't find it in our hash map, we return 0 as the frequency instead. Then we subtract by 1. And now all we have to do is update the values for the characters at S1 and S2 in the frequency hash map. So we can write frequency at S1 character is equal to S1 character frequency. And frequency at S2 character is equal to S2 character frequency. And of course, we don't actually need to store this value in a separate variable. We can just assign it directly to the key in the hash map. And we can do the same for the S2 character, which makes our code a little bit cleaner. Now, after we've went through all the indices in both strings, we want to check if all of the values for each entry in the even frequency hash map and the odd frequency hash map are set to 0. And if they are, we know that the strings can be made equal by rearranging some characters. So to get all of the values in the even frequency hash map, we can write even frequency dot values, and we can iterate through all of these values by writing for value in even frequency dot values. And we want to check if the value is set to 0 for all values in the even frequency hash map. And if we return the result of this, this will return true if all the values are set to 0 in even frequency, and false otherwise. And of course, we have to do the same for the odd frequencies. So we can write all value equals 0 for value in odd frequency dot values. And so now we're determining whether all the values are set to 0 for both of the hash maps. So let's see if this code passes all the tests. And now let's submit our solution. And we can see that it's accepted. So there you have it, guys. If this explanation helped, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.